Oh boy, he's done it again. Somehow Trump has managed to dupe and fool his entire voter base for a second time. Who could have seen it coming? I mean, gosh, who could have seen it coming that Trump was not such a forthcoming and honest guy? Surely him being a criminal, and being prosecuted by political reasons, Joe Biden's Justice Department and whatnot. Surely that has nothing to do with him being such a bad guy, untrustworthy, and just frankly kind of scummy. But man, he managed to dupe everyone on a level that we haven't seen in a long time. He actually managed to convince people that he wasn't some bureaucratic, government bloated, swampy thing, right? He wasn't some swamp monster like the Swamp Thing in DC Comics. No, people actually thought he was serious about when he said he's going to drop the Epstein files. Like, I really wanted to know what the disconnect was, where he was going to drop it, because clearly, if anyone knew anything, he was in the Epstein files the entire time. There is no way in hell he was ever going to consider dropping those files any point at any time. He says Attorney General Pam Bondi is doing a fantastic job. MAGA, the one team, is talking about a perfect administration, the talk of the world again. But it's just one little flaw, one tiny thing that's just putting a dark spot on everything. I mean, come on, it's just one small thing. It's just the Jeffrey Epstein client list that apparently don't exist anymore, but also later in this statement says actually does apparently exist now, but it was promoted by the Democrats, the Clintons, the Obamas, the Bidens, and all those good old, panderers that want to just put Trump in jail forever. It's just them making this client list, and if they really thought there was something bad on it, they would have dropped it during Joe Biden's presidency. And then he goes on to talk about all the things that, the crooked Biden admin and the Obamas, what they did in trying to push some hoaxy conspiracies onto him, things that have actually kind of been proven in court. Don't sue me. Allegedly have been proven in court. And then he goes to talk about how we're having so much success with the border and deporting criminals and fixing the economy that is consistently getting worse and worse somehow every day. Don't ask me how that's possible. Energy dominance, even though our gas prices are going up and we have consistently shut down, renewable energy, unlike China. Then he goes on to talk about how the left, they're imploding. Cash Patel and the FBI, they're focusing on voter fraud, political corruption, Act Blue, and the rigged stolen election of 2020. Like, who gives a shit? That was 2020. Brother, we're in 2025. Live in the moment. Jesus. And then the worst thing is that none of the other stuff is even like happening, not going on at all. So what are you even talking about, man? And he basically finishes off his truth by saying we're now the hottest country anywhere in the world after being dead last year. When I don't recall. Now I might not be like the greatest historian, and I didn't really live through last year. That's kind of what history is. It's hard to live through history, but I don't think we were dead as a country last year. I'm still pretty sure we were like number one. I actually think at this point last year we were like more widely viewed as number one rather than maybe just China's bitch. China Loki put us on a dog leash. They have a collar around us and put us on a leash, and they're walking us. Because everything that China's been doing this year, it's just Jesus, man. Trump, please do something for fuck's sake. Obviously, I know he's not going to do anything. This is Donald Trump, for God's sakes. The only thing he's going to do is give tax breaks to himself and his kids and Trump Towers and any other rich person that wants to pay him off, and openly accept bribes from companies just because he can do that. He can do that, and no one's going to prosecute him, right? Now, this controversy comes amidst calls for a couple people in the Trump admin to resign. Kristi Noem is one of them now being called to resign. Dan Bongino, the deputy director of the FBI, Kash Patel, the actual FBI director, and Pam Bondi, the attorney general. There are calls from his base, the Republican base, telling them to resign and get rid of him. And like, Trump, I can't believe that you, my glorious, sweet king, you wouldn't drop the Epstein files. You promised us. You promised us. How couldn't you do this? And like, they're so upset, they're distraught and destroyed that Donald Trump wouldn't drop a batch of files that he is like plastered all over. Can we be surprised for a 2 seconds, please? And it's even worse because all the statements he's making about Epstein right now is that, oh, I can't believe we're still talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Like, what does it matter, man? He's been the man who will never die. Like, oh, who cares about it? Yeah, there wasn't a client list, but actually it was Democrat made and everything fun. And people are still talking about it, if I can say this, because if there are high political officials, there are very powerful, rich people on that list that can seemingly get away with committing terrible acts to children and others just because they can. Well, that just kind of shows that one, the people have less power than they already think they do, which, by the way, you have no power, virtually no power. But now, if they can get away with this, you have even less power. And two, because you try to say that it was Obama and Biden doing it, but frankly, it's a lot on both sides and every other side too. It's not just Americans. It's foreign officials, foreign rich people, diplomats. Everyone could be on these files for God's sakes. I mean, there's like theories that Epstein was a foreign operative or something, or a foreign spy, like recording everyone to blackmail them. Unconfirmed. Who knows, right? I mean, who allegedly? Who knows, right? But he died in your admin. He died in the Trump admin first term. Can people get that? Like, can they remind themselves that Epstein died in Trump's first term in 2019? He had a whole year to drop any files. Didn't. Obviously, the Biden admin didn't drop files for 4 years. That's cool. And the Trump admin is now even saying there's none. There's none at all. Do they think they know we're dumb? They know that. Okay, they know that some of us are dumb. It was kind of obvious to others where this was going, but they know that some of us are dumb. I wouldn't consider myself one of the fully dumb ones. I wouldn't like to consider myself. But hey, what do I know? I'm still kind of dumb. They kind of duped me. Hey, here I was thinking that when you put FBI Epstein files part 1 and give it to a bunch of right-wing, social media heads, I'm like, oh, whew, guess those Epstein files might be coming out in the next 20 years. Ooh, man, I'm scared now. Such a fun publicity stunt. Can we be honest? That was an awesome publicity stunt because now the people that even held them, they're either in full denial mode, like, oh yeah, Epstein files, the fuck are those? They don't matter. Or they're like, all right, man, Pam Bondi, get out of here before we put you on a spike and start roasting you over the fire, okay? It's such a fun thing. It's imploding. It's not even been 6 months and it's already imploding. It's comedy. It's not, but it is, if you know what I mean. Only 6 months in, and we're seeing something historic, never been done before. Almost the entirety of his cabinet and the administration is asking, or not asking, but is not only threatening to resign themselves, like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, if Pam Bondi doesn't get fired, but also his entire base and most of the country hates them. I didn't think you could speed run that hard, but damn, man, call that a speed run world record. Call Moist critical, man, because we're not going to get a faster speed run. Jesus. And what's even worse on top of that is that they really try to like act like we're stupid. They really try to say like we're stupid, saying at first there's nothing on Epstein. There's literally nothing on Epstein. We've lost it all. The FBI destroyed it. To now, oh, we've dropped a hallway video of not Epstein's cell, but like a cell close to Epstein's cell. But actually was edited, so it's like, something happened, maybe, allegedly, who knows? It was edited by Adobe Premiere Pro. Is Adobe Premiere Pro that good? I don't use it. I use DaVinci. Is it actually that good? It must be that good if the US government can try to lie to our faces like that, right? It has to be good. And finally, the last thing is the cherry on top of it all is that Trump says that the Epstein files could destroy innocent people's lives. Like who? Like who? Innocent people's lives? The victims? Their lives have already been kind of ruined. They were the victim of one of the largest like PDF file rings ever. Perpetrated by some of the strongest and most powerful people in the world and richest like ever. Other innocent victims like the ones who did it, you allegedly, a couple other like Prince Andrew allegedly, a couple other people we may or may not know. That one with Jeff Epstein,
No,
Jeff Epstein, the financial guy on Wall Street, that guy. What innocent person? What innocent people's lives could be ruined, man? They said that it would be a great century. And for a long time, I was really curious because we started with George Bush. We didn't start really hot to the century. But then we had Obama, and there were some ups. There were some good moments in Obama's. Then we had Trump, and then Biden, now Trump again. So I've got to wonder, where is the Great Century? Because I'm not seeing it here. But what I didn't expect to happen is I'm seeing the Great Chinese Century start, man. Are we serious? The Great Chinese Century has already begun, and we're just sitting here watching. We're spectators to this the new top dog, the new top G of countries. Can can we put the foot on the gas and get some trains in our country? Jesus Christ, that can't be that hard. Okay, that's all. Leave a like and subscribe down below. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.